And the world got introduced to the annoying Joe Ingles playoff player, the playoff Joe Ingles, just the heel.
I'm just an asshole.
I was gonna ask you this. Did you have a moment? Or it could have been earlier than 2017. Did you have a moment in your career where you could tell you were under somebody's skin for the first time, where you're like, I got them?
Well, the crazy part is, like, I don't think I ever was getting under people's skin in, like, Europe, or I know in FIBA, like playing for Australia, there's always little scuffles and chest bumps because you're playing for your country and guys are like doing whatever they can to win a medal or whatever it is. But like in regular season games in Europe and play, like I just don't remember anything ever happening. And then I got to the NBA and it was like every 2 minutes I was getting in like a scuffle with someone, or someone was, and I was like, I don't know if they're like, are they testing me? Like I'm nearly 30 years old already. Like I'm not intimidated by anyone. Like regardless of who you are, you're all humans and you're all basketball. I still remember the first one that like really got me was Jimmy Butler when he was in Chicago and he went off to go like a flex screen to get in the post, and I tried to beat him to it and he just ran through me. And then he stood over the top of me. This was like my first or second year, stood over the top of me and like veins popping, like he's flexing, and all I remember was like laying there like my life's about to end, and Trevor Booker came out of nowhere and like tackled him out of the way, and I was like, thank God. Trevor Booker's still one of my favorite teammates for that. But I was like, I don't know how I keep getting in these little like, maybe they don't understand what I'm saying. I'm actually trying to be nice. Maybe they thought I was saying something like mean or something, but it is what it is. I'm obviously going to play hard and try and win the game, and whatever happens, happens.
This is a classic response from someone like Joe with the psychological profile of Joe. You're telling me you had not done anything prior to Jimmy in that game or a previous game? I didn't know him at all. Oh, I'm not saying you knew him, but there was no sort of like grab or hold or maybe a little push off, a nudge earlier.
In your like however many years playing, you never grabbed and hold someone and it never escalated to nothing else. I guarantee you that you grab and hold maybe more than any guard in the NBA when you played. And I guarantee you not.
No, I've never fouled. Fouled.
I guarantee you it never escalated to nothing. It was just like, all right, I'm going to go play the other end. Like for some reason, I like try and be physical or try and blow up a screen or like top block you. And every time you get top block, like you end up in this like double weird hold where you're holding my arms and I'm holding your arms. And like for a second, everyone's looking at each other like, what the hell is going on? But for some reason, it always escalates with me. But
okay. All right.
At what point did you get to the point where you could feel like the other team, the coaches knew that you were going to bother people and they were like he's going to do this, watch out for him doing it?
Yeah, there was like a few years in, like probably that third kind of fourth year when I was playing more, like you need to be out there more to be able to end up in these situations. But I don't think I had a reputation, but guys knew I was going to talk. And I mean, even if you were like busting my ass, I'm still going to say something to you. Like I'm going to try and figure out a way to make you be more worried about me than you are about the next possession or the next play. That was the whole thing with like this, and I don't even want to bring it up because it's so old, but the whole Paul George thing was like, of course he's a million times better than me. Like there's no, like, I'm not doubting that at all. It's like, what do I have to do to try and take him up? Like, I'm going to stand like this close to him the whole game and just annoy him. Like there's no, if we play one-on-one in the summer, he's going to kill me every possession on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. You put Steven Adams nailing me on screens and him getting like, there's got to be some sort of like that difference in the game where I've got to try and make an impact. And obviously I'm not going to ISO him one-on-one and try and score because that's not going to work for me either. And if he ISOs me every possession, he's probably going to score like 9 out of 10 times. So it's like you're trying to figure out every game. Obviously in playoff series different because you play 7 games or however many games against the same team, but you try and figure things out that are going to make it tough on someone. With JJ in that series, it was to top block him and try and make it so miserable for him that he didn't even want to use the energy to try and like come off the top block anymore. And then you hear that like, all right, you're going to have to stay spaced because even if you space, you still know we're not going to help off you. So that helps your team in another way. And obviously, like you were saying about Porzingis. Like, you have to sacrifice yourself for that and be okay with that, which a lot of people in the real world don't understand what some of these conversations are having in behind closed doors. But that was the whole thing in that OKC series. It's like, I know he's going to kill me if I just try and play him straight up. I've just got to try and do anything I can possibly do to try and not even get in his head, but just make it as difficult as I can on him for 4, 5, 6, 7 games.
Do you get the sense that other players dislike you or respect you? You think there's people that genuinely dislike you?
Yeah.
Who are they? Besides Paul.
Paul. I think he's an obvious one.
You have genuine beef, because like I've gotten in scuffles before. Like I got into scuffle one time with Rudy Gobert. I don't feel like a beef with Rudy.
I mean, you know me obviously off court and like my personality a lot better than probably a lot of these guys too. But I would have no, like, if he wanted to go and get a coffee, well, cool, let's go get, like, I don't have like problems with anyone. But like, do I think he would ever invite me to go and get coffee? Fuck no, he wouldn't. So like, and Jimmy was another one. I think Jimmy at the start used to hate me, and then coincidentally, like, we used to get double teed all the time, me and Jimmy, all the time. And one game, pre-game a few years ago, he came up to me and was like, "Can we just not get teed up tonight?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, of course." Like, I'm trying to, I'm completely with this. And then ever since then, we've like, I wouldn't say we're like good friends, but we talk. And I was texting him in the summer about some stuff, about something that he knew, and coffee and all this random stuff. But like, I could reach out to him if I needed to now. But a few years ago, it was costing us $2,500 every time we played each other for no reason. But yeah, I think there would be guys that don't like me. I honestly think I'm also one of those guys that Hassan Whiteside said it to the media when he first got here. I was his most hated player in the NBA. And then he got here, and now he wants me to play every pick and roll so I can pass him the ball and he can dunk it. But he said it too. So I definitely think there's guys that hate me. I think on the flip side of that, if they sat down and had a coffee with me or something, I think they would enjoy my company.
You're sort of the classic guy who people hate to play against, but you love having them on your team.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's a great description of Joe the agitator.
Yeah.
Joe the asshole. Whatever descriptor you want to word. Whatever description you want to use.
I genuinely think I could help a lot of these. Like, obviously I'm in Utah, but you look at teams, you're like, man, I could help that team. Like, just looking from the outside in, like, I could space a floor and get him a better look. Donovan's unreal at it, especially with our team. But like, hey, Joe, handle the next couple of possessions because they're full court picking me up. Like, get me. I'm like, cool, I'll get you an open shot. Like, let's run this, and I'll initiate it to know they're going to do whatever defensively, and I'll kick it to you in the corner, and you'll be able to tee one up without having to do much.